Well, everybody, it's 203 Elitari, I reckon. What is it?
No. 202.
Ah,
Devil combination.
and by Tatsumi Fujimoto, and guess who's back, Elitari? She survived the Twitter outrage. It's Amanda.
Yep. Congratulations. Welcome back.
Sabrina was never in doubt, however. Though, when I was opening Reddit for our great discussion, I did notice that the first thing that popped up was somebody complaining about translation. So I think that's just going to be a thing going forward.
Oh, wow.
It was about how Yoru said something different in the Japanese.
That's crazy. No way. Oh, my goodness.
Will we be able to find that Reddit post? Should I have opened it in the third tab? Probably, and probably not are the answers to those two questions. Though
Also, just if we're talking about translation here, I have to say I'm pretty impressed by a translation last chapter, because that was the chapter about the Nyo, and it was like a misspeak, and like someone and Yoro was laughing at it, and I was like, let me investigate this. So I looked at the original Japanese, and I consulted my favorite chat GPT and tried to understand what's going on here. And it was like a very very subtle joke about how she's like using because in the original like person who's falling and saying Nyo in Japanese, they use like, I think it's like a hiragana, which is like a particular type of character, right? There's like two sets of characters in chapter 3, but there's two like main ones, whatever.
Yeah, I know all about that.
they're using hiragana for the first letter, and then the rest of the word, but the second letter is katakana, which means that it's like they're kind of like changing their tone, or like being like they're surprised or whatever in the first bit. And then the second reference, where Yoro was actually like quoting the person who's saying it, she doesn't use that, but it's like she's like mocking him, and it's just a clever translation that I'm like, if I was translating, I could not be a translator basically, because I don't know anything about Japanese and I could not possibly do it. But I'm impressed the fact that to a native Japanese speaker like Amanda, I'm sure it's great.
Elitari, I more speak Mandarin than Cantonese.
Maybe yep.
That was a funny racism joke, Elitari. Now, Elitari really wanted me to bring that up so we could transition into that talk. He's been talking about it all week. He just really wanted everybody to know that he knows true. Japanese.
And I could even be wrong about that, because you know what? I actually didn't think about this a whole week.
He did the research, guys. So whatever the translation controversy is this time, you can look forward to the beginning of our next review where Elitari will also clarify that one. Also, it wasn't any of that Elitari. Fujimoto was making fun of Australian people, as we went over last time.
Yes. True.
Now, Elitari, I was supposed to start this one off making a joke about how Elitari is going to defend this chapter this time. Let's see how he does it. So go ahead.
What do you mean? What's wrong with it?
Oh, it was so boring, Elitari. Nothing happened and then it was over.
I mean, it depends on what you mean by nothing happened.
Nothing
we
exciting.
got a big reveal, which is that this chainsaw person is the Fire Devil.
Wow, right? The Fire Devil.
Like
I've just
cool
been
reveal.
anticipating the Fire Devil for a long time. So not the Justice Devil. That's
it's
another
not my
one.
fault. You don't remember these characters, okay? I at least try and keep track of them. And the Fire Devil.
I'm not saying it's your fault, Elitari. I'm saying it's Chainsaw Man.
You're not saying anything. You're being
fault.
sarcastic about it, as though you don't care about anything.
No.
Okay.
Now let me bring up some other devils that we're supposed to know about. So there's the Fire Devil. There's the Justice Devil.
True.
But that was a worm, I think. Elitari keeps yelling at it.
Yeah, and it's dead. Yeah.
No, it's not dead. Then right. Devils don't die. Now,
except for power.
Isn't there one other one?
The devil, though.
Did I already say Justice? Is that the one I just said?
Yep.
No. The Time Travel Devil.
It's coming.
Elitari, stupid, huh? So why is this guy the Fire Devil, Elitari? Let me know.
Because the Fire Devil is the one that transformed all these people into these Chainsaw Man versions, and this character is now undoing that transformation. So it's like, oh my god, this must be the Fire Devil.
The chainsaws came over the head. And I did want to ask you where all the Chainsaw Man head people came from. So you're just answering all my questions right at the top. This is great.
Yep.
Now what about?
I should say, I'm like maybe 60% sure this is the Fire Devil. There's a big chance it isn't, but you know what? I'm confident enough to say.
Just being arrogant at the beginning, Elitari. How unlike you. Tell us more about time travel. What an idiot, chap. What an idiot. Oh. Anyway, now we do the part where we go part by part. Did we already say it's called Devil Combination?
Mm-hmm.
No, I bet Elitari said it. Therefore, we didn't say it, just you said it.
Yep.
And then this chapter starts off with a three-way stare down Elitari, and one of these dudes is missing an arm. It's crazy. And then Yoru says, "Are you mad, bruv?" But it's not in that context, Elitari. You see, if you were translating, you wouldn't have known how to differentiate the context, because she's actually asking if Denji is angry at her for her ongoing happenings from last chapter.
Right.
Do you want to come at me? Oh, that one actually is come at me, bruv.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. She can do it all, frankly. And then whatever, then she bangs, and I think she was trying to bang the fake Chainsaw Man. But again, we're in a little context situation, Leroy. That can mean two things too. God, isn't language just so difficult? If only somebody made a television show about that. And that was a serial experiments lane joke, Leroy. Get on it. Now, she bangs, the ground rocks. Oh, because they're fucking Leroy. No, Leroy, she's firing shots. Not drinking shots, Leroy, but this funny. Joke will never fucking end. Let's turn the page on this joke.
Yep.
But we scroll here, Leroy. Actually, you turn a page, right? You just press over on shonenjump.com.
I do.
But it's actually not shonenjump.com, it's vizmedia.com, right?
Just viz.com/shonenjump/Chainsaw chapter 202/chapter/46181.
Weebcentral.com/chapters/01
No, let's not read that out. We don't want to promote that. Okay. No, absolutely not.
Yikes. Anyway, this idiot jumps out of the way. He jumps up. He cuts a piece of debris or whatever, or is it debris coming at him because of the falling devil that's happening over there? And then Chainsaw Man's up there, and then they're going head to head. But then Chainsaw Man cuts off a bunch of his other stuff because this guy's a weak little pussy. But actually, he's a fire devil. We're gonna find out, and this is all part of his plan. Did you? And then he says, "Elitary, did you fake that disagreement to throw me off guard? Genius. They're genius. They're in sync. They're in love." Oh wait, Denji says, "Nope. This chick's just that nuts."
Mm-hmm.
Now, nuts in this context means like squirrel.
No, I think it means crazy. Like, are you mad?
Not
like
testicles, though, Elitary.
Right, no.
Now, remember in Ice Age when at the beginning of the movies that little guy would try and get the nuts?
Yeah, the squirrel thing, yeah.
And squirrels are nuts.
Okay.
Take it from a nut. That's a Madman joke. I'm just referencing all my favorite things today, and I'll tell you what isn't one of them, Elitary. Chainsaw Man Part 2. It's getting cold. It's time to head home. Oh, that was cute.
Yeah.
So their home is like the roof that they dry humped on?
No, it's that one kitchen they ate food in.
That's roof is the one they dry humped on.
Okay.
So I was right?
I have no idea if that roof is the one. Maybe it is.
Oh, so many roofs. You know, do you ever think life is just a collection of roofs?
Never, not once.
The roof is keeping you in, Elitary. This car's got a roof. Oh, that was pretty loud. Did you hear that?
Yeah, that was very loud.
That was pretty cool.
Jesus.
Anyway, then she says, "Die, Elitary." That's what we all want to do when we read Chainsaw Man Part 2. Ha ha ha. Then she says, "Bang" again. But then these guys, these fire guys, fly in the way. So why does fire make clones, Elitary? Remind me.
What do you think? Do you really not know?
Let me tell you something. Elitary always brings this up. Now, I remember the Fire Devil is something I don't remember. But then I remember that Barham has a monologue one time, and he sings Kumbaya. Now, that's epic. Because that's not plot-related like this shitty fire nonsense. And then we see the roof of something, and there's like smoke. And that was when we were supposed to remember that the Fire Devil was introduced. Anything else? I don't remember at all.
Yeah, so the Fire Devil, if you make a contract with it, it can let you turn into the form that you desire. So now, why would that do that? What do you mean, why? I don't know. Why does the Dark Stuff have a frog and a weird sword thing? I don't know.
Because the frog in the well, Elitary, I already told you that.
Right. Maybe.
Because it's a sick Naruto reference.
Yep.
You know Naruto's summon of choice is a frog, Elitary?
I don't want spoilers.
Oh, because we're going to start Naruto soon. What a great series. Anyway. So, what did Elitary just tell me? They let you transform into what you desire. And all the people loved Chainsaw Man. Remember when we were doing that at the beginning? So they all wanted to be Chainsaw Man. Is that what you're telling me?
Yeah, there was a big like.
So everybody in the world in Tokyo here made a contract to become a fire guy willingly.
No, not willingly, because it was in the marriages that the church was making between the church.
The Chainsaw Man church. So these are all church members. Now that makes a lot of sense, Elitary. And they were doing marriages that one time. And marriage is a contract.
Yes.
Now, this is what a genius little television program we're watching here, Elitari. Doesn't make it
Yep.
any more interesting, though, because these idiots are flying, then they got cut up, Elitari. So to Chainsaw Man, no, they got banged.
Yep.
But then the guy behind him didn't get banged.
Yep.
But also, when they got banged, the part that got banged just disappeared.
Well, I'm sure it's still there, but it's probably much smaller in a million pieces.
Oh, that's a good point. That's a good point. Okay. Now, then all the parts hit the floor. That's epic. But now there's even more people, Elitari. Can you believe it?
Yep.
And one of them, like, puts her arm in his sleeve, but then they all conjoin together and become like those robots, Elitari. What do you call
One of them
them?
looks like Makima, doesn't she?
Yeah, that front one is wearing a Makima-esque outfit.
Yep.
But last time, weren't we getting made fun of for not thinking that one was Makima? And then we disagreed, but then the comments were trying to say that you were joking.
Okay. No, it was Makima.
Or was that just in the Discord server? Hold on, I'm finding the comments. Hold on, I'm finding the comments.
The commenter is listening right now, and I'm doubling down that was Makima. I don't know whose side they were on, but it was obviously Makima.
So they were on my side. I like these commenters. You know what I always say,
they were on my
Leary?
side. I don't remember.
We love commenters here. Now, you narrate what happens next while I find the comment. 114 views.
Chainsaw Man. All right.
No. Yep. First of all, this must have been 2 times ago because the last one, first of all, Creedon says PMO here. Don't know what that means. And then the other person's saying something about MILFs. Oh, there's a hidden comment, Elitari. Remember, because there was a MILF last time. Was there?
Was there?
I made some sort of a MILF joke. Oh, yes. Yoru is a mother, right? That was it? Or something?
No, not that. Wait, I thought you meant the mother that was falling down.
True. The dude boy. Yes, he looked like a guy. But it was the great Creedon, of course, saying, why is Elitari so fucking stupid, man? I'm so pissed. I'm going for a walk. And this was you saying that this was your Makima and not Isa.
Oh, right. Yeah, well, it's obviously Makima. Yeah, you can tell.
Well, it seems like 2 against 1. And you know how we work in Australia here, Elitari? We just demonstrated how we work. We work via democracy. And so the truth will be decided by popular vote. And 2-1.
Yep.
Sound off in the comments. First of all, you got to go back to our last review. Then you got to see the hidden comment by going newest first. Then you got to click on the Creedon timestamp. Then you can see the Reddit image in which we are referencing right now. And then you're going to come back to this one. Don't leave a comment on that old one. Leave a comment on this one telling us whether or not you believe it was Makima or you believe it was Isa. Frankly, this just proves that Chainsaw Man is as bad as One Piece because all the women look the same.
This was a fan art.
That was a great little Discord joke that nobody gets but our great Discord members, Leary.
Right. You should promote your Patreon Discord.
No, we don't like that one. I ain't talking in that one. Now, the joke was that there was an argument in the Discord server about One Piece girls looking the same, and everybody got very mad at each other. So, you know. Anyway, now you can go back to that timestamp about a minute ago and laugh at the joke. Anyway, Elitari Makima is here, and then she becomes part of the robot.
Yep.
So is this... What did you think when you saw this great image for the first time, Elitari? Did you say it's like a robot?
No, I thought of that meme where it's like, well, I don't know what they use it a bunch, where it's like a terrorist and he's wearing like a bunch of babies and it's like, you can't touch me, I have children on me or whatever.
Oh, so just like in The Last of Us episode 4 recently, this is also an Israel-Palestine reference.
Well, yeah, or like a Hassan Ethan debate reference.
Oh, yes, Fujimoto would be. I believe in Fujimoto. He'd be on Hassan's side. Ah, he's great. Though Hassan probably is mad at all Japanese people for denying those war crimes, right? The red tubers always are in their great YouTube videos on Attack on Titan.
No idea.
Also, look at them thighs, Elitari. Jesus Christ! I nearly made that our image, but like the vertical ones never work as good as the horizontal ones. So instead we did the guy that loves Chainsaw Man that we haven't gotten to yet. So anyway, these start transforming into his hand. So the Fire Devil can do this because you can mold smoke into any form, and smoke comes from fire.
Why do you think you need any reason at all for there to be a correlation between the abilities and the devil?
Because they always make sense every other time.
Sir, does that mean that it always has to make sense?
It would seem peculiar if it didn't.
No, it wouldn't, and it doesn't, and here we are.
But more so what I was
Destroyed.
getting at is that this is,
You're floundering right now.
you know, the Fire Devil... No, I'm asking you a question, Leo. Are you supposed to explain this to me, all right?
You've been destroyed.
No, I'm simply asking questions. That
Go
was
ahead.
a good one, O'Leary. Did you see how I tied that one in?
All right, go ahead. Yeah.
Wait, so this plays into that because the together, if they join together, they can make new limbs. But if you are the big bad devil like this guy is, this great fake chainsaw man here, so let me say I'm the future devil, Leary.
Okay.
And these are a bunch of futures. Well, it's just because they're zombies, right? It's not just because they got a contract.
Huh?
So he can control these people because they're under his control because of his power, not because of a contract. Any other contract. Like the Fox Devil can't make Aki, that's that guy's name, do whatever he wants.
Well,
but maybe
we
it's
don't
the
know, but
strength
probably
of a
not.
devil.
Also, we don't know if this is the Fire Devil. It's just that's my guess.
Oh, Leary, you haven't got answers for nothing. Anyway, they're making limbs out of people. And Yoru thinks this is gross. Me too. Then this guy says Chainsaw Man. Then Chainsaw Man says what? Nah, that's pretty funny. Cutting down strangers doesn't pain you, right? But can you buzz through people pleading for your help? And then he does the thing where he gets rid of the thingy here, Leary. I think the Flame Devil is just, you know, off to the side and is in unison with our man's thoughts here, frankly.
Possible.
And then this guy says, "Ah, it's cold." Why is it cold? If he's the Fire Devil.
That's what Yoru said before. It's getting cold.
Oh. But the Fire Devil heats up the world.
Or maybe it takes away the heat from the world.
That would be smart. What the? Where am I? Ah! My body. Huh? Whoa! These are all the great things being said by these people as they come back to reality.
Don't worry, there's more.
Back to reality. Oh, there goes gravity, Elitery, because the falling devil's around. I'm on fire today, Elitery. Do you know what that was a reference to?
The Fire Devil, yeah.
No, the great Eminem song, Lose Yourself, Elitery, of course. Jesus Christ. Right. These people all lost themselves when they became Fire Devil pawns.
Okay.
That was just me folding it in on itself again, Elitery. And then they're saying more things, Elitery. Gross, oh crap, I can't, oh my god, what's happening? No, it was pretty funny. No and Elitery, that's what they're saying. And so, you know, this guy, wait, no, I think I had something to say before that, but I forgot it, Elitery. Oh, did this remind you of the great Devilman tortoise guy?
Not even for a second, actually, no.
But it's kind of like that,
huh? Maybe.
I think it's more in Crybaby where he like weaponizes the no, I think he does that in the original too, where he's like, "You can't kill me, stupid chainsaw man. Look, it's your little girlfriend." Remember she was like 3 Elitery? Can I remember her name? Sachiko? Oh my god, Elitery! Wow. And then
impressive.
Taru was the little boy that died. No, that was the little brother. Remember we cut his head off. That was pretty epic. That was also a Serial Experiments Lane character named Taru. That's why I was thinking about that today, Elitery. Now, true, I was going to spoil something in Devilman Crybaby, but I think it's just Crybaby, and we're going to watch that one day, Elitery, so I'll refrain.
Yep.
Anyway, great Devilman reference, just like these walking zombies, just like the apocalypse, just like when we cut Nighta's head off, but she's alive.
There's a Love and Monsters reference, obviously, when the great Absorbaloff absorbs all of the guy's friends, and then they break him down by all moving in different directions, and they break up his body. It's great.
Now that
then his girlfriend is on a slab, and they make a blowjob joke, and it's great.
Wow, blowjobs are inappropriate. We only like hand jobs here in Chainsaw Man Part 2. Now, Elitery, Love and Monsters is a Doctor Who episode.
It is, yeah.
I was about to tab over in Google and say, Elitery's been saying Love and Monsters a lot. And then I remembered, it was in that
It's got Mooning Myrtle in it.
Yes, and Ciclet tries to bring it up all the time. I know.
Yep.
It's Chainsaw Man. Thank goodness. Save us, Chainsaw Man. And he's crying and sweating stuff, Elitery. And there we are on his little face there.
Yep.
Sometimes when I reference the image, Elitery goes, huh? And he always says it the same, but this time he understood, so that's crazy. Then they're all looking, Chainsaw Man's looking, And then then he says, leader, he got him on fire. Save us. Too high, because he's upside down and getting punched and stuff. Leader, it's genius. And then the punch comes down, but then he dodges. And these guys, when they hit the ground, they're not doing too well. And he says, save us, save us. Leader, that's pretty funny, huh?
Yep.
Save us, save us.
Yep.
And then Denji says, you scumbag. And that was the end of the chapter, Leader. What a shitty chapter.
It was good. I liked it.
To be continued.
Yep.
Now, Leader, this brings up an obvious question.
All right.
This is another little moral situation for Denji. So why would we be doing it again if he wasn't going to make the opposite choice this time?
Wait, what's the choice? To me, there's no choice. He's obviously gonna kill them all. What do you mean?
That's epic, Leary. That's gonna make me happy. He better not.
Do you think is wait a minute. What are you referring to? When
well,
did this happen?
I was scared because I always yell at people for trying to get Denji to have a moral awakening here, Leary, and I say that's retarded. And I was insecure, Leary. I saw this and I was like, oh, if we're doing it again, it means Denji's gonna refuse to fight this guy or something. And then, because I even think it would be funny if he did, if for whatever reason he changed up this time. And I was like, oh, that would be a really funny joke. But then people might make fun of me for always saying that before.
Okay, I understand. You're battling demons that are inside your head. I understand.
No, it's just the people that annoy me,
Right. Yeah.
What
I think
is
it's just
art
kill
if not a way to interact with others, Alira? What, you just want to interact with the art piece, you fucking loser?
Yeah, sometimes I like reading a chapter. It's fun. I'm like, oh, that was really good.
You know what I do after I read a chapter? I go to our great Chainsaw Man Discord, and that's where the real discussion begins. That's when it becomes worthwhile.
Right. For me, it's worthwhile when I'm reading it, and then when I'm done, I'm done.
Well, I hate
go
that
back to what
stuff.
I was doing.
I would never do that if you weren't making me do it every week. But anyway, Alidari, let me just read from our great Discord here. We only have 3 messages, and they're all relatively short, but they are all relatively negative, Alidari. Did you read these yet?
Oh, wow. I did. I don't remember them, but I did.
Oh my god. We have the great Heath here saying, do you guys think Fujimoto is just a fraud who recycles old material, or is it going to be about Denji changing since his fight with Santa? Basically, what Heath is saying here is that we've done this moral situation a million times, and we're doing it again.
Yep.
And then Miller says, haven't read it yet. Must be the worst chapter of all time if Heath is critiquing it, which is very funny. Then he comes back a few hours later and says, the whole guilt/morality thing in part 2 is so boring, man. Who cares?
True, you could stop reading if you'd like.
No, I have to review it every week.
I enjoy it.
Now, they're both true right now. What a bunch of geniuses. Except, we haven't seen how it resolves yet, so.
Yep.
It was disappointing to get to the end of the chapter and realize that was what we were doing, Leary. But as you say, that's just because...
It didn't even cross my mind.
That's just because...
I got to the end and I'm like, oh, so
nothing ever crosses your mind. Or you're just up on the fire dude stuff or whatever. That's all you're thinking about over there. You're an idiot.
Yep. Wait, what are you thinking about again?
I'm thinking about hand jobs, Leary, and roof sex.
Right.
That's what I remember, the real stuff. Now, what was I saying?
Something of substance, I'm sure. Go ahead.
Yes, substance. I was saying, I got to the end of the chapter. Oh, I was trying to defend shitty Chainsaw Man. I was trying to do your job for you, you idiot. I was trying to say, this is only because we're reading week to week that I'm disappointed by the end of this chapter, because if I could just read the next one, then this would be not a problem.
Maybe. I guess we'll have to find out one day.
Hold on, Alita. You're a genius. You didn't ruin it for me, all right? We will find out one day. Is it next week or is it in 2 weeks? Oh, we're about to find out. Now, Alita, we're going to Reddit. Are you excited?
Yep, I'm excited for this translation thing that I did not
This
pick
is
up
truly what makes reading Shitty Chainsaw Man Part 2 worthwhile, is the discussion surrounding it. Oh my god, Alita. So first we got to... Oh, no, we don't even get rid of this one, Alita. We just transition to the other scene.
Oh, wow.
I got this all figured out. My weekly joke where I forget to do that. Now, discussion. Kobeni over the years. We don't want to watch this, right, Aliri?
That's cool.
Oh, this is just the person drawing Kobeni over the years.
Very cool art. We love it. Do you think it was using AI as an initial draft?
Yes.
We'll never know, I guess.
And then they lived happily ever after. Discussion. Well, let's get caught up on the discussion. I'm very confident after 202 that Fake Chainsaw Man is a fusion, maybe a hybrid between some sort, and the fight. Oh, at first they
Oh
thought they
wow!
were
Look at this. The
disagreeing with
Redditors are
you, but now
smart.
they're just saying, I don't know why they would think it was a fusion, Alira. That's
Yeah, that
very
is
silly.
interesting.
Now let's go over here. Please evade them until sunrise, Chainsaw Man. This is the guy. This is the great fire devil back here, right?
It could be an interesting theory. I don't know why that would be the fire devil, but it could be.
I think I've seen this somewhere before. I want to watch humans suffer, so my first act as Prime Minister will be to implement 100% sales tax. Oh, that's pretty funny. I like this one. It's topical. I don't know what this. Oh my god! It's Makima in the Pokemon Porygon Z Elite.
I'm sure it is.
I love Porygon. Look, he's up here. Porygon Z is pretty cool too. I don't know how they mix and match Elite. That's like a computer Pokemon. They got Pokemon in computers too. Powers over the years. This person's just flexing their art over the years, Leary. We got a chapter to discuss. The lack of Isa Yoru's interaction is on purpose.
How could you possibly know?
He doesn't know. He's got a question mark on the end. You judgmental
What I'm saying
fuck.
is, why would you ask the question? There's no way to find out. Why would you ask this?
Well, he's trying to say that it's indicating a future. I don't even got to read this, Leary. Let me explain this post to you. So what this person is saying, Elidari, is that they're not interacting because there's going to be some sort of reveal about how Yoru has gotten rid of Isa, or that they were the same person the whole time, like Reddit has been talking about a lot recently.
Yeah. So what they're fishing for is people in the comments to be like, oh yeah, true, true, true. Or to be like, no, that's not true.
I, like many people, am a bit disappointed by... Oh, never mind. They're just complaining about the manga, Elidari. Yeah, never mind. This is a genius. By the lack of Isa in the last couple of... We hate Isa here. We love the great Yoru, of course, Elidari. However, I do think it's intentional. They used to talk all the time, but now it's just all Isa or all Yoru. Although I'm not sure this is supposed to signify a rift growing between them, or that they are becoming one. Personally, I think it's the former. There's a rift, Elidari.
Wow, it's a theory post. This is great.
Why are all of these text posts, Elidari? They're all so intriguing to me. In one of the recent chapters, Isa literally says she just wants to let Yoru control her, so that's probably why... Did that happen, Elidari? That makes sense if she was sad. Did Isa at one point say, I don't even care anymore?
She did passingly say that. I don't know if she meant it, but yeah.
So you don't know
I don't remember enough.
So you don't know the purpose of that statement? Is that what you're trying to tell me, Elidari? The purpose?
Yeah.
With a question mark on the end? I really like the theory about Isa and Yoru where they're just one from the beginning. Reddit really likes this one, Elidari. What's your stance on it?
This is the Fight Club theory?
True, the Fight Club, like the Itachi ending of Attack on Titan.
Right.
That didn't end up happening. Eren was just kind of a bad guy. But it kind of was like that too, I think. I don't remember. the Attack on Titan.
You haven't seen the anime yet. They fixed it.
Oh. I saw it.
Okay.
No, so that's just the end of that discussion. I wanted to talk about Attack on Titan. So can we all agree that this chapter really shows that current part 2 is designed to be binged like part 1? And that Fujimoto really needs to go monthly? True, that's what I was saying.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like this has been a thing that's been posted like once a month for the last... ever since this...
What I mean is that each chapter is so fast but contains so little that I want to be... That it would be better if the chapters were more... True, Elidari. I already made this point. TFT, Elidari. Can you explain this meme to me? You play TFT.
I don't know.
You're a computer person.
For a second, so...
You like computers, therefore you like shitty Valve games from the early 2010s, like Team Fortress 2.
I was just thinking.
You like memes?
I'm sure I've said this before in these discussions, but the Chainsaw Man, the reaction to Chainsaw Man Part 2, where there's a lot of people complaining about, nothing going on or whatever, and just basically complaining about Part 2, and it probably is because of the week-to-week thing, it absolutely pales in comparison to My Hero Academia, which, it's so embarrassing that people don't like the ending of My Hero Academia, because it's so good. And I do truly think it must be because of week-to-week discussions, and maybe the influence of social media as well, and how people come up with theories and their theories don't come true, or they expect certain things to be emphasized and it doesn't become what's emphasized because in the grander scheme it's actually not that important. It's such a it's embarrassing for the fandom, I guess, who claim to be such big fans of these properties.
It's so annoying, Elidari, that you have stolen my valor like this, because as you were saying, the great My Hero Academia eats Chainsaw Man Part 2 here for breakfast. But you will never know, Elidari, and once we finish the great Naruto, you will deny it. But Naruto
Mhm.
dwarfs all of this immensely, you know? And it is because it was week
Yep.
to week in 2007 when everyone on the internet was even more retarded. So,
You know what? Maybe.
and it was 2000 till 2014. That's when it ended, Illyri, you know? That's when I tried to watch it all in
True.
like 3 weeks. It was pretty epic. Greatest time of my life. Now, I believe you, Illyri. I believe that My Hero Academia's
Thank you.
ending is good. I'll read it one day, I promise.
Thank you. Wait, one more thing, actually, just to say. Attack on Titan's ending, I can understand if you don't like it. Okay?
Yeah, but you're a
like,
pussy.
I like it, but I know I get it. Okay, I get it. It's not because of week-to-week stuff. It's like, it's a lot of things that I can imagine rub people the wrong way. I get it. My Hero Academia, I think it is just a week-to-week thing. But anyway,
But Denji just didn't, and I meant to say Deku there. Just didn't, what do I remember from Elite spoiling the ending for me? He just didn't.
no spoilers. There are people listening there. They're on the edge of their seat for My Hero Academia.
Kill yourself if you care about spoilers for anything, frankly. Now, except don't spoil Elite on things that I want to make him watch. Like Naruto. I'll get mad. Now, I had something to say. Oh, it is all the weekly things. Because, you know, Attack on Titan, I don't think people ever complained that, like, nothing happened in Attack on Titan towards the end.
Yeah.
Maybe once or twice.
Wait,
but
nothing happened? There's no way people said nothing happened.
Well, it is, when people say
like
nothing happened, it means nothing cool happened, and it didn't seem like we made expert strides. Now,
right.
I feel like I'm getting weird deja vu that did happen for one of them. Anyway, monthly means more chapters, but also means a bigger gap between, which means, you know, I don't know. Monthly is probably a better release cycle for keeping the audience, what do you call it, satisfied, but not engaged. We need the weekly for that, okay? Now, also, if you add up all the weeklies, there's probably more pages in a month than a monthly, you know, Elite, probably.
What was Attack on Titan, like 50 pages?
No, it was like 42, I feel like.
42? Maybe the last chapter was 50?
But I feel like Attack on Titan is an exception. Now, I don't know, because the only other two thingies I got are fucking... Well, I guess I got 3, because I got Heavenly Illusion too, but Vinland Saga's always been kind of short, and Berserk, let me tell you about some 10 chapter pages that you wait 6 months for, Elite. Calm down. So Attack on Titan's like the outlier. Anyway, it doesn't matter, Elite. Who cares about any of this fucking shit?
Mom and Dad... speed it up anyway.
Who? What did you say?
AI is going to speed it up.
Oh, I thought you said Eren. Mom and Dad are fighting again. Oh, this wasn't even funny, Elite. I don't remember which one it was on, the translation issue, Elite. I'm confused about the final arc of part 1. No, I remember it. I clicked it. I could probably go into my history, Elite. Oh, I like these. I like these, Elite. Bingo cards.
All right.
They fight, but Denji tries to avoid hurting Isa / Oh, yeah, we were all excited for a Yoru versus Denji fight, Elite. That's what all these predictions are going to be about. Isa tells Denji to chill. Isa wasn't in this chapter. Isa gets hit by the falling devil suicide beam again. That would be pretty funny.
Nope.
I vaguely remember that now that you've jolted my memory. Denji stopped fighting when Isa comes out. Yoru switches back to Isa. Yoru recognizes Fami. Yoru did the same. They're 0 from 12, Elite. Yoru and Fake Man argue what Denji should do. They ask Fake Man who / what he is. Yoru tells Denji he doesn't need to be thinking about a thing. Denji and Yoru argue. That kind of happened, maybe. Denji changes his mind again. You know, maybe. Fake Man keeps monologuing. I don't remember that.
Didn't even happen.
Their argument gets Oh, is the red supposed to be what happened?
No, that's like no matter what, this will.
This is the middle, like the most likely to happen. Their argument gets interrupted before they can get to a conclusion. Well, that kind of happened. Denji starts thinking critically again and starts falling. Shut up. Denji can't critically think. And neither can the audience leader. He got him. Man attacks Yoru. I think that might have happened. Fami tries to ambush them. All right, Alira, we got it. Denji gets one shot. That didn't happen either. Bingo sucks. We're gonna try and say that the last one happened. Ooh, a lot of averages this week.
People hate this chapter.
Yep.
Nice.
We get next week off, Alira.
True. It said 7 days on Shonen Jump.
Well, that's lied before, but so's Reddit.
Yeah,
so who are we to believe? Yeah. Let me live in bliss.
All right.
For what, 7 days? Where is the source? Should we respond source, Elitery? I don't think you can respond to
do it.
The moderator here. Head over for the discussion thread for the latest chapter. Isn't that where we are? Or is this the release thread? Are those two different things?
Wait, click it. Where does it take you?
It's taking me to a scary place. What the fuck is
What
this?
is this?
Oh, that was last chapter.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Oh, because it says last chapter.
That makes sense.
I thought it
yeah.
said
Oh
latest
my
chapter,
God.
you know?
Yeah, so did I. I think, yeah, Jesus.
Fake Saw really is a scumbag. True.
He used innocent people. My goodness, true.
Yep, definitely the
Jesus.
Fire Devil. Fuck off.
Oh, wow. Smart
Nothing
people,
happened. Crew be eating good. Oh, we like this one. These are all the newest ones. Jumpack says next chapter is Netwigs, but the kids say it's a week break. It's a break. Official Japanese account also. Oh, we got source delivery. You like your shitty.
They didn't link it.
Amanda.
What's the official JP account?
Should I say source? No, I can't comment on Leadery. I'm scared. I don't want to. You do it. You do it. Chapter literally took me 15 seconds to read. That must be the sign of a great chapter leader. He goes by so fast. Chainsaw Man flashback to Santa Claus incident, not again. Why are we remembering the Santa Claus incident? First of all, I don't remember it.
That was when she like turned her dolls into her body or something, right? But they were dolls. They weren't people, were they? Or were they?
Well, the dolls were originally people, right? I think.
Yeah, but like when they're converted to dolls, it's not like.
Well, maybe for a second.
And, like...
No, I feel.
Did she?
Hold on, I feel like she threw a car at Denji, but I feel like that with a guy in it. But I feel like that's happened like 3 times, and then he just cut through the guy in the car, which was epic. We love that. Fuck them kids, is what we say. Controversial. Wait, no, we got to go best because we got to see what the funniest memes are this week.
Which panel will it be? Oh, that one. Oh, that's the meme I was talking about. Oh my God.
I've never seen this meme in my life. Is this The Walking Dead or something?
Maybe.
It looks like that art style, but I think it's just a generic comic art style. It's pretty funny though. I like that. Oh, this is supposed to be a terrorist guy.
Yeah.
Funny thing is that Chainsaw Mary's already done this with Santa Claus. Can't believe we went 2 chapters and we still haven't found out when Famine Fuji said. Do you know the mistake? Oh, Fake Saw Man said, "What you made of Fujimoto when I get you." I think Fake Saw Man's limb regeneration is part of that. Yeah, it's clearly what he meant. Playing around to something. Bro is flabbergasted. He can't believe this. That's kind of funny. I like that panel.
Yep.
When your custom character shows up in a cutscene. Because you look generic next to the actual guy, or because you look so not generic next to all the generic guys? I don't get it.
Because you don't look generic.
No. Sometimes you look.
Played a game with a. What are you talking
Frankly, whenever I do a create the character leadery, it is the most generic guy because creating characters in games is for losers, and I'm sick of watching people get very excited at character creation suites. It's pathetic.
And yet you curate our nice picture on our screen for 20 minutes before we start recording.
First of all, I do it before we even start nowadays because you take too long because you're working like a pussy. Second of all, that's funny.
True.
The people laugh every time they see the great images. If we took them away, they would riot for them to come back. It would take away the spice of life. They'd go watch somebody else's chapter review. So the chainsaw humans can revert back, huh? Fire Devil giveth, Fire Devil taketh. Shut up. It ain't the Fire Devil. I've played these games before. This arc tactic seemed familiar. True.
Everyone is so... Do I just not remember this at all?
Because if it is the thing we're talking about with the idiot in the car, we've literally done it 15 other times.
It's not the car thing. I remember when the doll... No, was it the Doll Devil? Santa Claus? Whatever? It turned all these people into its body, remember? And it had this weird form.
I remember its weird form. I remember it turning people into dolls.
Wait. Yeah, the people were dolls. The real question here is
did the dolls come back to sentience? Which I feel like I vaguely remember, so maybe this is true.
It's possible.
This guy really pulls a doll devil move. True. Wait, do any of the great commenters rebuke this? Here we've got a minimized one, which means it was greatly controversial. No, it didn't pop up.
Wait, it's a translation thing. What is that?
I read the chapter in French first, and I didn't... Oui, leader, oui. That means yes in French. Read it again in English, because when Yoru says, do you want to come at me? In French, he says, do you want to defile me? Oh, sexy.
Do you want to come in me? Is that what that's meant to say?
Defile can just mean grope or something. I don't know, maybe. And I was like, what the fuck, girl? You're getting bold. Right. I was looking at the raws, and there seems to be a word play. This was what the panel was about. I remember this panel from that Phantom post that actually did happen, Alira, I swear. So literally, you want to do it with me? I've seen mean to fuck before. It can also be mean to, but also when you say to do something, Alita, you can do something. So, it's probably the same as English. Now, what did she say in English? Do you want to come at me? Oh, that's why you were making cum jokes, Alita. I see.
Yeah.
Portuguese translation is literally, do you want to fuck me, Lamau? So were we fucking in this chapter and I missed it, Alita? Because I'm going to be bad at Amanda if that's the case.
No idea. We'll never know for sure. I'll have to consult ChatGPT and come back next time.
What is this? Pirate docking. What's this a reference to, Alita? Let's look it up.
No idea. Big Emperor? That sounds like a
Oh, this is a One Piece.
Oh, it is
I do remember this now. I remember this spoiler. Also, it's obviously a reference to, like, mecha shows. That one that Shaves talked about that one time. So, I know anime history. Close enough. Welcome back, Santa Claus. I love the great Santa Claus, Leary. Have you gotten to the bottom of this?
I have. I found it. Chapter 68. You have a bunch of people. They are dolls. It's called Dark Power. So the people are running to Chainsaw Man. They're being commanded to run and attack Chainsaw Man. And the people are screaming, no, stay, no, I don't want to do this.
There's another making fun of Australia joke, I think.
Let's keep going. Denji kills one of them, and then the thing says murderer, and it's like calling him a murderer for killing him.
It's pretty epic.
And the rest of them are attacking him, and then he attacks them back, and they're like, the devil, what's happening to me? And then the doll devil says, the dolls are only imitating humans. Kill them, don't hesitate. And then Denji says, but how do you know that? And the doll devil says, if you understand... Wait, this isn't the doll devil, this is Quan Chi, I think, right?
Quan Chi.
It says, if you understand it that way, you can kill them, can't you? So Quan Chi's lying.
Epic. Ignorance is bliss. That was her whole thing.
True. Yep. That's exactly what's said next. Ignorance is bliss.
Ah, kill yourself.
And then Doll Devil comes out of nowhere, attacks Quan Chi, and then I think that's the end of it. So it's like kind of done. It's different because they're attacking him, but yeah.
Now, I would never forget something from The Great Chainsaw Man Part 1, because, it's better.
True.
So, but also we just showed great evidence that it's just way better than this shitty chapter, hilarious things happening everywhere, great characters everywhere. Oh, take me back, Aliri. Right. I want to know theories on what everybody thinks, like where the relationship is going. I personally have a theory that Yoru will not aid Death Devil and give them what they want. Instead, continue down the road of personal satisfaction, including the relationship with Denji due to wanting to live a full life with no regrets. But I want to know everyone's theory. I have no friends to talk about this with. Oh, Leori, you've got a friend to talk about this with. Oh, he already beat me to a punchline.
Yep.
I have plenty of friends. Me, Heath, and Miller the Killer talk about Chainsaw Man all the time, behind your back. Now, O'Leary, how's it going to end?
I don't know.
The answer. One of them's killing the other one. And it's going to be funny if Isa kills Denji and then it still is called Chainsaw Man. That would be the funniest joke, so that's the one I want to happen. But also, Isa sucks and Denji's way cooler. I think Denji would need both Isa and Yoru. He is a good person deep down, but also crazy and violence. Only Power and Yoru till now could match his side of him. Not even Ray's could... That's because Ray's is a dumb bitch, Alita, that didn't deserve the great Denji. This isn't an interesting thing. Oh, we only got 3 comments, Leary. Why did we click on this one?
Yep.
I just want them to be happy. Now, Leary, when you're considering your great predictions, do you ever predict or consider the happiness of the great characters?
Sometimes, yeah.
But wouldn't it be, like, cooler if they were sad?
Sometimes, yeah.
Yeah. I'm very confident that Fake Man is a fusion, maybe hybrid between the Fire Devil. All right, Leary, get ready to get your socks blown off.
I'm excited.
How about you read this one? I've been reading the whole fucking day.
Not only do the fake Chainsaw Men serve him, he can take away their transformation and fuse with them. Fake Chainsaw Man said he had the Justice Devil inside him, but we know the real Justice Devil died, and the contracts of the church's members were actually made with the Fire Devil, who turned them into what they desire more, Chainsaw Man. My theory is that fake Chainsaw Man is one of the first to be turned into a zombie Chainsaw Man, but his willpower was too much for the Fire Devil's power by that time. Since that power grows, the more contracts it makes, and he was able to retain his consciousness. Fake Chainsaw Man went on his own, killing devils and fighting against the prophecy
this is
until
retarded.
eventually he ended up fusing.
Anymore.
Yeah, I don't know. It's fine.
This is a great fan fiction we got going on here. The interesting thing about Fake Saw is that he was not initially one of Death's pawns. She only just ate him. So, well, Leader,
Oh, we're assuming it's the same person. Are we just assuming that? Is that like something
what the
everyone
fuck
believes
is
at
Leader
this
are you
point?
talking about?
There's two fake Chainsaw Men, right? There's the one that looks like the normal Chainsaw Man, and then there's the one that looks like the Pochita Chainsaw Man. Are we just assuming they're the same person?
You think this one looks like the Pochita one?
Not at all, but that's what that person's saying. They're saying it's the same person. Oh wait, no, that one. Sorry, yeah, that does look like the Pochita one. Yeah, sorry. The other one looks like the normal one. It obviously does. Go to the next panel.
This is just a shitty Chainsaw Man guy.
Wait, is this the same one?
Well, no, I'm not arguing that part of Leary. I'm arguing that
Which
this
one
looks like the Pochita one. This one perhaps looks more like it just because it looks a little bit more fucked up. But this is not Pochita. This is just shitty Denji form, but without bones, without skin. Silence means I win.
You're so unfathomably, like, I guess your memory is worse than I thought. You don't even remember what Pochita looks like.
No, Pochita is black.
That is true. They do say that.
No, it's just shaded to be black. If fire is primal, then he's the Death Doll equivalent. The Death Doll? The Doll Death? Devil Doll?
Yep.
But the Doll Devil wasn't a primal one.
No, but he got the power from the Darkness Devil, remember?
True. It aided, and then that was the greatest panel of all time. If only part 2 had such interesting art direction. But as we know,
if
the art...
you would remember it anyway.
Oh, it's the one, O'Leary!
Oh my goodness.
I knew it was on the Great Chainsaw Man, folk. Smart kid. Oh my god, they've got a kid, O'Leary. Because it got the shape right, and Denji's a retard. That was the joke there. You're always an evil bitch, I hate her. It's all over the screen. Because they came on the screen, Leary.
Right.
300 upvotes. Now 300 more. This bitch needs to stop aura farming. He's a bitch.
Oh, he's doing the thing with the limbs like the Darkness Devil did. That was crazy. What do you think it's spelling? Wait, go back.
It's just a spiral. Like in Game of Thrones.
Octopus. Wait, how many arms are there? 1, 2... No, there's 7.
You know, 13 people survived the battle at Shinganshina, and there were 13 titans. No, I think this was 9, actually, Leary. And then there was 9 branches on the tree.
All right.
I made a video about it once. Also, Leary's continuing his copium that they didn't spell out Makima when they obviously did. He's embarrassing himself. Creedon, leave another comment. Ah ha ha ha. Oh, I'm not reading the chapter anymore, Leader. I don't gotta read the panels.
I want this piece of shit dead.
Some serious shit.
That was the worst thing she ever did. Oh my goodness. Make fun of that poor person.
No, this has to be a sarcastic post. This is ironic. Mohawk Invincible vibes. Alright, maybe it's not ironic. Justice for us. Oh, because they're all on Asa's side, Leader.
Right.
Ooh. Somebody stole it, you know, Leary.
No, they use a different title. It's the two opposites. Someone loves them, someone hates them.
Oh. I can't be expected to keep up with this. Well, Leader, let's end with figuring out what Japanese means. In the second panel, Yoru says... Go ahead, Leary.
Oh god. Watashi to aritai no ka?
Remember how Leary tries to say he doesn't know Japanese, but he can literally read Japanese? He's a pathetic person who lies about his true powers. This one, Leary?
Yaritai. Something, I don't know. Is a
Nani?
slang contraction
Sugoi?
of... Yaro.
Betsuni? I know words, Leary. Ich ni sanji go rock sich hachkuiju. Ich ni jan... I don't know 11, Leary, but then I know Niju, Sanju.
Oh, wow.
Oh my god, I've forgotten Leary. This is great. My trauma is subsiding. Anyway. They're just saying the same thing. We're having sex. It's understood to mean sex, Leary.
Let's see. What are they saying? So Yoru says something, and then as part of that, it's a slang contraction of to do, and is over. And has a second meaning of like sex. She basically saying, "Do you want to do me?" But wait. Oh god, it's too blurry. I can't even tell.
Wait. So is this the reason why mad at her because she's like, I'll have sex with you if you do what I want. So she goes and attacks the other one. Do we miss the whole point of the beginning of the chapter? Oh, my headphones just stopped working. Hold on. Well, I don't think the people can hear you right now, Leary. They, in fact, cannot. Ah, so let's this for a second. Oh, my God, you're back in the headphone. Nope, you're out of the headphone. Just don't stop the speaking, Leary. Nope, you're not in the headphone yet. No, you're not, Leary. You're not back. Stop saying you're back when you're not back. Oh my God, Leary, you're back. I better not fuck it. I better not touch it. I see your thingies popping up.
I am.
You're not moving, and I'm not moving. Personally, I can't be knocking this cord around. Now, we missed the whole point of the chapter, Leary. That was a sex joke.
Maybe.
Wait, let me go over. Now I'm going to make the determination. I've now given the people, as you can see, the image again, so I can go back over to the Great Weeb Central and look at this great chapter. And you can read with me, Leary. We should do dual reactions, Leary. Well, I'm going to find out if I want to interpret it this way. Are you mad? Do you want to come at me? Now this clearly is like, do you want to fight, pussy? And then Denji right afterwards. But Denji doesn't jump right into fighting. So if I was making this, go ahead.
If you want to translate it, instead of C-O-M-E, you'd have to have some way of like interpreting it both ways as C-O-M-E.
Well, you can't put that on the Shonen Jump website. You fucking disgusting. Well, you could
censor it. You could have a censored word there, and like maybe censor out the 2 middle letters, and it's like ambiguous. Is it like, I don't know? You could do something. I don't know.
I mean, you could just change it to what you want to do me, right? Isn't it the same thing?
Yeah, that might work. Yeah.
Well, no, because so. I don't even know if double entendre.
Well, you could say, "Do you want to do me in? Do me in or something?" And I'll be like, "Oh, it's like a double, like I can't get it."
In the bathroom, bitch. Now, yeah, because so what we're trying to do is it's supposed to be about sex and it's supposed to be about fighting, right? And that's the two thingies, right? Which we've got just a fight one here.
And it's not even just a fight one. Someone coming at you can also be like a sexual thing, I guess, right? But it's like much more on the fighting side.
Come at me, baby. Now that's pretty sexy.
If she, add the word baby at the end there, and I'd be like, oh, okay, I can see both meanings.
Yoru would never say baby, though, so we're ruining characterization to get a more accurate translation. All manga, in the great old translations, all manga characters swore, and it used to be way better, but then the official translations came out.
The fucking monkey titan.
That fucking monkey, we're gonna shit everywhere. Levi was the greatest swearer of all time.
Right.
So anyway, what I was trying to say is if the joke was actually how I think it's supposed to be indicated from this thing, wouldn't Genji jump immediately? Well, I guess he just shouldn't he have said, Yahoo, I do, or something, but that didn't happen.
All right.
So you're saying is Yoru is more peak in Japanese. Yeah. Also, that's Isa. Someone else said that the Brazilian version had her asking if she wants to have sex as well. Last week's chapter also had an issue with Dennis. That's an issue right there.
Who's Dennis?
Line about her being a devil. Is the English translation just bad? We got to download
I'm sure this person has a great informed opinion on if it's good or bad.
Well, there is a big, like, all English translators are bad because this is like a Chibi Reviews talking point about how Crunchyroll translators, like, put woke stuff into the translations or something. So this is like
give an example of it.
It's obviously wrong, you fucking retard. You think I'm Chibi Reviews?
You can't just bring up this claim and then, like, not disprove it. People are going to believe it. You have to, like, come up with examples. Or
my sarcastic tone indicates that I don't like Chibi Reviews, Leary. What I'm trying to say is there's a group of people that are hungry for the English translation to be bad so it fits into their narrative.
Right.
So you got a problem with me saying that too? Yeah, it's vibes-based. That's how subcultures work, Leary.
Maybe.
So I'm just saying that's why 800 people have liked this one, because we're primed to hate the... Also, it goes back into subs versus double leader. We're all just jealous that we can't read Japanese, and so we got this shitty dub manga here, and we're all self-hating. So that's why we're all liking, upvoting this post. Shouldn't have pissed me off, Leary. Now Reddit thinks this guy's winning. Now don't worry, the great responses will correct. Maybe it's also a matter of Japanese being vague, oftentimes on purpose, so it falls into one's doing the translation to interpret what the original means. That's Japanese lyric. Has sexual connotations. You want to do it wink, but can also mean you want to come at me, bro. So true, she got it correct. Depends on
Maybe.
context, and in this context, it seems to be mix of both. Seems Euro means the latter, knowing it can also be interpreted as the former, a bit of an innuendo. Good explanation! Although I don't think it means anything. But from my memory, when Himino asked Enji if she wanted to do it, she uses different phrasing, ? But she's a different person anyway, so it doesn't really matter too much. Oh my god, oh my god, the great comment is back, Elitery. Is a softer way of saying it, adds a bit more of a mischievous and casual nuance compared to the which pretty much means wanna fuck when interpreted sexually.
Wow.
So this person's a genius, and they outrank you in Japanese, Elitery.
Well, they agree with me, so we're good.
Well, nobody knows your opinions because you keep being sarcastic about it.
At least, no, you know
that was a good one.
Never mind. Go ahead.
Oh, that was a good one. I got you. Good night. Good. What does this mean? Got to go?
Gang? I got you, gang. I don't know.
Yes. Gabby Gang, Alita, your favorite best guy ever video.
Gabby Gang, Gabby Gang, Gabby Gang,
oh
Gabby
my
Gang.
God, shut up. You like that meme 3 years after the original meme was relevant, Alita? You fucking idiot.
Got a big brain and a bigger heart. Gabby did nothing wrong. Potato in the way of the bullet, lol. What's your back, man?
Gabby Gang, Gabby Gang, have you watched this terrible video?
Millions of times.
How many times have you listened to the original Gucci Gang song by Lil Pump?
0. I had no idea it was a thing.
That must be why you liked it, Aliri, because you didn't internally cringe from Gucci Gang. That was a big song when I was in high school, Aliri.
All right.
Oh, the Russian. Russian translation says, "Wanna fuck me?" Your response, Aliri? No, she's 17.
The thing is, like, that's fine, like, as a translation. But the people responding to this should also be saying, oh, they're missing the point too, because, you know, it's meant to be ambiguous because it has 2 meanings. But no one's doing that. They're like, oh, the English is wrong because the other languages are right.
Well, this comes to our 3 subcultures that I know are there, Alita, which is we all want it to be more sexual than maybe it is. So that's why we're all lacking that too. Now, you're going to dispute that one too?
I have no opinion.
Maybe you should stick to your no opinions more often. But I do agree that this was interesting, Alita. Do you at least agree on that much?
Yep.
They're a tourist, Alita. What does that mean?
It's a good question.
Well, Alita, I don't want to read any more shitty comments about shitty translations. I just want to defend the great Amanda. She is just doing her job.
Nice.
And she deserves to have her job, Alita.
Uh-huh.
Remember when Alita said that actors and stuff and writers don't deserve their jobs?
You shouldn't be entitled to one.
True. But anyway, you're going to get rid of Amanda one day anyway, huh?
Not me, but the world will for sure. That is certain.
Alita is currently making the AI. He makes all AI. You guys don't know this, but that's what he does.
I'm the creator of ChatGPT.
No, the one even more stronger than that one. Grok.
Grok, true. The uncensored Elon Musk AI. We love it.
See, that one would have translated it as wanna fuck, whereas the soy woke Chainsaw Man ChatGPT said, you wanna come at me, bro?
You know what? We'll test it after this. I'll paste the image and be like, ChatGPT, what is this saying in English? And we'll see what happens.
Will you ask it if it thinks black people can be racist or something? Because Elon said that
why not?
They'll say yeah. No, I don't give a fuck about that.
I don't know.
Elon's an idiot. How the fuck, Aliri? Fuck AI. Before this shitty chapter review started, I was going to say, this is going to be a 15-minute one, Aliri. We're going to get through this one real quick. You can go and stream. And now we're about to tick over the hour long. This is the longest one we've ever done.
Because of your great lack of memory sometimes. I don't know.
No, it was because of my great Redditing. I'm a Redditor.
Yep.
I'm a connoisseur, Aliri.
Yep.
So you're going to tell the people to watch our Last of Us reviews.
Yep. Go check that out.
We'll only have 1 episode left when we meet once again for Chainsaw Man. Can you believe that? And remember, Chainsaw Man's only got like 5 episodes left too.
They keep saying that. I guess we'll see. I don't know. I think it'll last till next year.
No. This year, definitely. It's going to be over. We're only in like May or something, right? I mean, March. I was trying to make a joke there, Leary, but I fucked up my M's.
Yeah, we're only 4 months in.
Remember when Vegeta had an M on his forehead? That was crazy. He killed those
Yep.
people. He didn't care, just like Denji, about the innocence.
Yep.
What if we get the Dragon Balls and we wish back Nayata? Then I was still right the whole time.
Yep.
Because even if she dies, I'm still right because she's coming back.
Yep.
Now, Elite E, we'll also have done Karanoki Kai by next time. Tell the people to look forward to that.
Yep. Check that out.
Elite will be streaming shortly after you finish watching this, guys.
I will be.
So you'll all be over there. And Serial Experiments Lane, that's imminent.
Yep. The Doctor Who reactions every week, Saturday night, Sunday morning.
Yes. Elite, I thought you were saying we're going to watch the 6 episodes of Doctor Who that exist, But, that's that other show that's Doctor Who too.
Sherlock.
We're not doing that, Don't give the people hope. Naruto coming soon, though.
Are we done? Did you end? No, you didn't. I can see this recording.
Oh, I'll just hover over this one, Elite, this one.
Yep. Here. Support links are in the description that is below this video. Thanks.
I don't like it when you fuck it up like that, Elite. What we say here is support links in the description below.
Arigatou gozaimasu.